Safety feature that we have. So the safety feature it has security would be clutch in and our side stand switch. So the same thing as for most of the other bikes.
Okay, let's give it a go.
Have fun.
Bigla ang baba, no?
Ganda nga eh.
Huh?
Really light bike. Very light bike.
Let's go. Let's take this Triumph Street Twin 900 for a quick spin, and I'll give you my impressions as we take the ride. Now, the latest model, which didn't really change much, is now being called the Speed Twin 900. So, halos lahat ng models nila using the street name has been dropped in favor of the Speed name. So, dati kasi yung Street Twin is for the 900, Speed Twin is the 1200. Now, they're calling both as Speed Twin 900 and Speed Twin 1200. Now these models, the Speed Twin, or this one particularly, the Street Twin, uses a parallel twin. No? They're pretty much, all the Bonneville lines are using the parallel twin engine. And this one is a 900 cc, 270 degree crank. Now, the 270 degree crank is what gives it that nice sound you are hearing. Imagine this is running on stock exhaust, pero sobra akong nagandahan sa sound ng exhaust nito. This is due to the 270 degree crank, which makes it sound closer to a V-twin. Now, if you're going to compare it to other parallel twins, specifically like the Kawasaki that uses a 180 degree crank, iba yung tunog. It doesn't have that nice rumble. So definitely a big plus is if you're going to get a parallel twin, the 270 degree crank is going to make a big difference in terms of how it sounds. Alam naman natin, if we like to ride our bikes, we like to also have that nice sounding bike. That is part of the experience of owning a big bike. So let's now get back to the biggest selling point of the Street Twin. And I think everyone agrees it's the looks, it's the classic look. Even though this is actually based on the 60s classic Bonneville, this particular model has been modernized. Well, it uses already cast iron wheels, has fuel injection, and ABS brakes, front and rear. It also has multi-modes and traction control. And if you're going to look at the engine, isipin mo air-cooled siya because it has a lot of that fins, which is typical of air-cooled engine. But this is actually placed there as just design because this is a liquid-cooled engine already. Though this engine, though pretty big at 900cc, is not really that much powerful in terms of horsepower. So it only has like 64 horsepower. So if you're going to compare it, like let's say the Ducati that I ride, which is at 821cc, but that one has 100 plus horsepower compared to here. This one has 64. But this engine, though it doesn't have much horsepower, has relatively high torque. This one has 60 feet-pounds of torque. It's available at a very low RPM, something like 3,800. So once again, if I'm going to compare that to the Ducati has around 69 foot-pounds of torque, but the power is at around 7,000 plus RPM. So a little bit different. You need to rev it high. This one, you don't need to rev it high to actually get all that torque. So, ang maganda sa torque, so once again, torque is how we accelerate it, how we get to evade pag nasa traffic, or if we want to overtake. Torque is what is important. Now horsepower plays a bigger role when you're traveling long distance, meaning pag nasa highway ka and you want more higher speed. Ito yung medyo bitin dito sa street to win. Another factor why I think this might not be good for long distance is kulang siya sa 6 speed, no? So this one is only a 5 speed. So definitely pag within city ka, short rides, walang problema. But if you're riding really long distance, minsan gusto mo meron ka nung 6 gear, either if you want higher speed or if you want the RPMs to be lower while you ride. Also, if you notice, this one doesn't have any wind protection. Wala siyang windscreen, but something you could probably put. So that's another factor when you're doing long rides. Pag yung walang protection sa harap, yung wind is just going straight to your body, nakakapagod siya because you need to hold on to the bar much stronger. So pwede siya nakakangawit. This one has pretty acceptable brakes. Not too strong, but strong enough to get you to stop. Now, the front is a single disc by Brembo, but the rear is not. But at least both are ABS. The suspension of this is medyo malambot eh. Alam mo yung talagang designed, I think, for comfort than anything else. Tires are 190/18 for the front and a 150/70/17 at the back. So pretty sporty setup eh. No, 18 sa front, 17 sa back. Though I wish the rear tires would be a little bit wider, but yun lang nga, baka masira yung pagka-classic look niya eh. Now, if you can see the design, this is not a plasticky bike. This is a bike made of steel, no? But the drawback is it is a heavy bike. So this one, 900cc, is a 476-pound bike. So that's quite heavy. But surprisingly, because of the really low seat height of 765 mm, it doesn't feel heavy because your both feet are well planted. The weight is at the bottom. It's not top heavy. So even though this is heavier than my Ducati, this feels so much lighter. Mas wala akong takot to stop. And then even pag sumingit sa traffic, no problem at all because of that low seat height, both your feet on the floor. And I'm not even tall. I'm only 5'7", with like a 28-inch seam. Pero this one, abot ko yung floor with even a slight bend. So it gives me all that confidence I need when I need to do really slow maneuvers when I'm stuck in traffic. But I just realized there is such a thing as a bike that is too low rin pala. Yun yung naging feeling ko dito. Sa sobrang baba ng upuan, tapos medyo mataas yung pegs niya. Kasi kung binaba nila yung pegs sa sayad na yan, is you feel a little bit cramped. Yung talagang para ka naka-crouch. So, you feel like you're sitting on alam mo yung feeling ng sport bike where the foot pegs, the rear sets are a little high. So, medyo parang naka-tuck in ka. Medyo ganun yung feeling nito konti. Because of yung seat height niya mababa. So, medyo parang naka-cramp ka doon sa loob. To think I'm not really tall. So, if you are someone who is probably around 5'9", 5'10" or taller, I would reconsider looking into a different Triumph maybe the Street Scrambler 900 might be a better bet for you because the seat is higher. Who would I recommend this bike to? This is someone I would recommend to someone who's been maybe riding a small displacement, riding a scooter, and they finally decided I want a big bike, and they are into the whole classic look. I would really recommend this. I wouldn't hesitate recommending this even if wala silang prior experience sa big bike, because of, remember what I said, the engine is very mabait. It doesn't scare you, and then you can even set it to rain mode kung bago ka pa, so you get to learn it. It's less twitchy, less power, and you have all the nice safety riding modes, traction control, ABS. So this one is one of those na good as a first big bike, not necessarily first bike but first big bike. But if you are a more experienced rider, feeling ko mabibitin ka sa 900 na to, you may wanna consider the one that I really want is the Speed Twin 1200. It has the classic looks, has the nicer power, better brakes, better tires. Yun talaga. If I can afford it, yun yung gusto ko. I don't think this one has much competition in this level. The classic twin cylinder na ano. I think there's only one na ganito which is the Kawasaki W800. Because Kawasaki does have the Z900 RS, which is based also on a classic look, but its engine is a modern 4-cylinder. So medyo that classic niya is classic Japanese bike, but not classic like this na the classic 60s na European bike. Yun lang nga, if you want a premium motorcycle, it does also come with a premium price. So this 900cc na Triumph, which is actually I think the cheapest of the classic line, is 695,000. So it's not really cheap. So like what I was saying, if you're going to compare it with the Kawasaki, that's going to save you a good 100 to maybe 200,000 cheaper. But if it was my money and I can afford this, I wouldn't hesitate getting this over the Kawasaki. A Triumph is a Triumph The build quality is also there, ganda. And the heritage, basically it's the heritage. So thank you once again, guys, for listening to one of my reviews, and I hope you do like and subscribe, and hope I can talk to you guys more about more motorcycles in the future. Bye.